Hi, welcome to One Shot Travel. My name is Jay, and today I'm going to show you my top 5 favorite hotels here in New York City. Before I do that though, I'm going to show you some of the notable hotels that I've stayed at that will be a little bit more budget friendly, comparing it to the top 5 hotels that I'm going to discuss later on in this video. The first hotel that I'm going to show you here is the Paramount Times Square. This is, I think, in 46th Street. It's right next to Hotel Edison. It doesn't have a proper full restaurant. They don't have a breakfast in the morning. They don't have breakfast in the morning. They do have a bar, a full service bar. However, if you go outside, there's a bunch of restaurants and pizza places that you can buy food. And I somewhat enjoyed my stay here because of the room. I did book a regular sized room, but when I checked in, they actually gave me an ADA compliant room or a wheelchair accessible room. Obviously, I don't recommend doing that. A lot of people that would need that also if they're ADA compliant. If you book this hotel, this is actually a little bit more budget friendly. So if you're looking for a hotel in Times Square that's a little bit more budget friendly, you can definitely book the Paramount Hotel. And just make sure that your room is the renovated one, because I know they have renovated rooms here and non-renovated rooms. The next hotel that I'm going to feature here is the CROWNE Plaza Times Square. Somewhat enjoyed my stay here also because of the rooms. The rooms are a little bit bigger than usual. They gave me a corner room, so I have a partial view of Times Square. So they don't have a full service restaurant here, just a bar and Stone Street Cafe in the morning. However, the bedding or the bed itself is really comfortable. Two factors that I would like to discuss here: if you're traveling with a family or a group of 4, this is actually a perfect size room for you. So at least every one of you can actually open your suitcases inside the hotel room. The hotel rooms are really big. The location itself, you can't beat it. It's also in Times Square. It's right in front of the M&M store. So next hotel here is the New Yorker Hotel. I did enjoy my stay here. There's a lot of history in this hotel. Nikola Tesla actually stayed here or lived there for a while. They do have a full service gym in the basement. You'll also have TikTok Diner and I think an Italian restaurant on the other side. The TikTok Diner, that's where you get your breakfast in the morning. It's open 24 hours. If you don't mind the room being a little bit dated, they do have a little bit of a smaller room here at this property. Two factors here about the New Yorker Hotel. I would say the location, because it's right next to Penn Station, Madison Square Garden, Moynihan, Train Hall, 1 block away from Macy's and 2 blocks away from the Vessel. This is a good place for you. It's very historic too, so there's a lot of memorabilia when you go inside the hotel. So the next hotel here, we have the Hotel Edison. This is the back entrance, the one that you're looking at right now. This is the front entrance of the hotel. I think that's in 47th Street. They gave me I booked a signature room here. So the signature rooms in Hotel Edison's, they're the ones that are renovated. They have Rum House and Bond 45 downstairs, and they also have Friedman's. Friedman's is actually a very good brunch place here in New York City. They have a deal there wherein you can just pay like $6.50 and they have a set menu for you. It's a great breakfast. I think I had French toast there and I really enjoyed my stay. The room itself, it's equipped with a coffee maker and they give you 2 water bottles. They don't have a mini fridge. Two factors here: if you want a bigger hotel room than usual and you want to be proximate, and if you want to eat every day at Friedman's, which is a great brunch place, this is the hotel for you. Our next hotel here is the Park Central Hotel. Two factors why I recommend this hotel. One is the location. You're just 5 minutes away walking to Central Park. You're right in front of Carnegie Hall, so you're pretty much in Midtown. And if you want to go to Times Square, it's only like 15 minutes walking south. If you don't mind the dated rooms, the rooms are actually really big. It's like I would compare it to the CROWNE Plaza. So if you're a family of 4 and 5 or a group of 4, this is a good spot for you. It's also cheaper than usual. I would say it's part of the budget hotels here in New York City, and it's also a landmark, Park Central Hotel. The next hotel here is the DoubleTree Times Square West. I do recommend this hotel. I remember having a good time staying here. The rooms are really small though, so keep that in mind. It's close to Times Square or the Hilton Times Square. I would say it's like around maybe a 10-minute walk. I got a Freedom Tower view here at this property, so I'm looking south, so all the way out on the horizon. I couldn't see the Freedom Tower because there's a building in front of me, but I can see the tip of it, and also on the right side I was able to see the vessel, or the Vessel Mall. That's like the Hudson Yards establishment. I remember I had a good time here because of the breakfast in the morning. The breakfast is really reasonable. It's only like $32.21. Comparing this to the breakfast I had recently at the Sheraton Times Square, I think I paid roughly with tip around $52 for one person just for a full American breakfast. Welcome to the second part of the video. Right now I'm going to tell you my top 5 favorite hotels in New York City, specifically in Times Square, Manhattan. I chose these top 5 hotels because of a couple of reasons. The room size, the amenities at the hotel and inside the room, and also its location. The breakfasts, some of them are complimentary, some of them I have to pay for, one of which has a lounge. All of these hotels are mid-range. They're not budget-friendly hotels, well, depending on the season, but if you look at Google Maps, they're all mid-range hotels in Times Square. So number 5 is the Hyatt Grand Central. I chose this hotel because of the room size. The rooms are really big. The amenities inside the room, they have a mini fridge, and you're right next to Grand Central Station. You're probably around 5 minutes away walking to Bryant Park and 10 minutes away walking to Times Square. I really like this property. I enjoyed my stay. I got access to the Commodore Lounge. You can have continental breakfast there. There's like grab and go items, and it's all for free. I believe it's charged per room, not per person, and the Commodore Lounge, which is suitable, let's say if you're 4 of you inside the room, like a family of 4, all of you guys can enter the Commodore Lounge. There's a restaurant downstairs. They charge $45 per person, so I think that's very expensive. It's too much. So if you're staying at this property, don't forget to purchase the Commodore Lounge, and it should be worth the while. Alright, so the 4th hotel here is the Rio Plaza Manhattan. I really enjoyed my stay here. This is a new build or a new hotel. It's probably around 2 to 3 years old. Everything inside the hotel and the hotel room is very new. There's not a lot of wear and tear. The room size is a fairly decent sized hotel room. It's not small and it's not large either. You can fit probably like a family of 3 or 4 there easily. The amenities inside the room, you have a mini fridge there, which is perfect. You can stock food there so you're not buying food all the time. Also, the breakfast is included with the rate, which is great. The Rio Plaza Manhattan and Times Square, they're one of the few hotels that have an incredible breakfast, wide arrays of items inside the breakfast buffet. The location itself is perfect. You're right next to Times Square, and it's also mid-range. It's not too pricey. So if you can't afford this place, this is a go. This is a place where I would say I would recommend wholeheartedly, and you won't regret staying here if you're traveling to New York City. The 3rd hotel on my list is the Hilton Times Square. I remember enjoying my stay here. I got a room that's Freedom Tower facing, so I have the Empire State View and Freedom Tower all the way at the horizon. The rooms here are really big. It's a good sized room. When I was here though, the hotel room or the hotel itself, the bar, restaurant, and the front desk were being renovated, or they have renovation going on, but that's fine. Over here, I'm showing how big the hotel room is. You can probably fit 6 suitcases there large, and there's no problem. It's good or perfect for a family of 4 and 5 staying in one room. They gave me a room with 2 queen-size beds. I booked originally a king-size bed, but they upgraded me to a room with 2 beds, but I had an amazing view. This is the breakfast in the morning. I believe that is not the case anymore. The construction is completed, and the full-service restaurant and bar and front desk are completed, and it should be an upgraded experience now compared to when I stayed there. This was one of the places again that I wholeheartedly recommend. You won't regret staying here. I have no complaints when I was there, and this is a good spot if you're staying in New York City, Times Square. Alright, so my top 2 or my second hotel here that I would recommend is the New York Hilton Midtown. There's a lot of history inside this property. I think I discussed that in the video. It's right next to Radio City Music Hall. Rockefeller Center is probably 5 minutes away walking. Times Square would be maybe around 10 to 15 minutes walking south. I remember enjoying my stay here. They gave me a $35 credit in my stay. The hotel rooms here are really big also, and please remember that they do also have a mini fridge inside the room. So again, this is perfect if you're staying long term. You can stock food there, save money, and spend your money elsewhere. The amenities inside the hotel itself, they're pretty decent. They have a business center and a gym. The gym is the biggest gym I've ever been in inside a New York City hotel. The breakfast I had to pay for. I remember paying around $48, but I wish the breakfast was complimentary. But outside of that, everything that I experienced outside of the paid breakfast is amazing. This is one of the hotels where I'd completely, wholeheartedly recommend. You won't regret staying here if you're staying in the New York Hilton Midtown, Manhattan. Last and certainly not the least here is the Rio Plaza Times Square. This is my #1 property that I've stayed at with the best experience here in New York City for this year. This is so far my favorite hotel in Manhattan. The amenities inside the room is pretty good. They have a mini fridge and it's a pretty decent sized hotel room also. It's in Hell's Kitchen. It's actually in Restaurant Row. So there's a lot of restaurants outside of the building. So if you don't fancy the bar inside the hotel or the restaurant inside the hotel, you can literally just walk outside the property and turn right, and you probably have 50 restaurants lined up in that certain street alone. The hotel rooms are decent size. They do have a mini fridge inside the room. Again, all of the hotels that I'm always recommending, in my top 5 at least, they all have mini fridges inside the hotel room. And the main part of this is that they have a complimentary breakfast or full American breakfast in the morning. Again, the breakfast in the Rio Plaza Manhattan and Times Square are the more elaborate ones or the more exquisite ones. There's a lot more. I've never seen anything like that before, for free included with the rate here in New York City. So value for money here. This is probably the best place to be or the best place to go. You're in a nice, decent location. The property is newer than usual. Not a lot of wear and tear that you can see, and the amenities inside the hotel room and the hotel is pretty decent. Alright, so those are my top 5 favorite hotels here in New York City. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section so you can ask me questions on what's the in and outs or what's the resort fee or whatnot. I will put all the links down below for the hotels that I just told you today. You can book it in the Plan-In platform. I'm using Plan-In because Plan-In has around, I think, 40% off automatically. It depends on the season. They would automatically apply when you sign up using the link below or the booking link below. I will be doing more hotel reviews in 2025 in New York City. I'm going to concentrate at least in Times Square because there's so many, so I want to get them all. However, once in a while, if I go somewhere, I'll try to document it as much as I can. I think the next video would be a Delta airline review from JFK to Heathrow, London, and Heathrow, London to JFK. It's just one video back and forth. There's another hotel that I'm going to review. It's in JFK. It's not the TWA. It's one of the hotels outside of JFK, but has complimentary JFK shuttle. This is good because sometimes the hotels in JFK are a little bit more expensive than usual, like the TWA, but there's a couple of hotels outside of JFK that really has a complimentary JFK shuttle. So if you book them, if you have a late night flight or an early morning flight, you can go to the hotel, book it, and then just drive 5 minutes away to the airport. I'm probably gonna review a hotel in London also. Just 1 or 2, let's see what happens. But in 2025, I'll be doing a lot more hotel reviews. I'll try to do a lot more hotel reviews in New York City. I do have a full-time job, so it's very hard to, review a hotel, edit on Sundays and all that stuff. But the goal is to have a library of hotels in Manhattan so that there's a one-stop shop for everyone. It's one of those things, at least it's different, because sometimes if you're looking at Google reviews or you see the picture, if you have a whole video of the property, it kind of answers a lot of questions before purchasing a hotel or booking a hotel room, right? I would like to thank everyone for watching and liking and commenting. It does help us a lot, to be honest with you. It helps the YouTube algorithm to recommend the videos to other people that are that are shopping for hotel rooms in New York City. Thank you again for watching, guys. See you next year and have a great day.